Last time I was here, these units were not up. Now all the units that are under the project are up. They are now being fitted and finished. In another month or so, that should be completed. And then whatever final works that need to be done in terms of drainage, paving, landscaping, that may take another month. So in another 2 months, this entire scheme of 24 houses will be finished. And the people who have waited for so long under really difficult circumstances are justly benefiting from this project. Now, hopefully, we can take this model and replicate it right across Jamaica, where we have small pockets of unplanned urban development, inner city kinds of dwellings which we can seek to upgrade and regularize. These are literally pre-built homes that are taken by crane and put in place, fitted together, and then finished. It is a strategy that the Ministry of Housing is going to seek to expand and replicate right across Jamaica to quickly get people into good quality housing and to address these substandard housing conditions.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the second part of our series on the historic battle of the Spanish River in Portland, Jamaica, which took place in 1739. This battle marked one of the last conflicts between the Windward Maroons, led by the indomitable Nanny of the Maroons, and the British forces, commanded by Lieutenant Thickness before the signing of a pivotal peace treaty. Please check out part 1. We went into part 1 a little bit, and there's some information there that you may want to take note of, right? And then you can join us for part 2 as well. So we're going to delve into the background of this conflict, discussing the Maroons' resistance, the harsh conditions of slavery, and the emergence of Nanny as a formidable leader. If you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend that you watch it, and also I highly recommend that you watch it to get the full context of the epic battle. So just imagine, Lieutenant was given orders by Governor Trelawney to go into Nanny Town and burn the town, because you can see why they wanted Portland. It's a beautiful parish, right? And it has a lot of water and a lot of fertile agriculture ground that the British wanted, right? So that's why they're trying to get the Maroons out of Portland. This has been their home for years. Let's pick up where we left off, in the heart of the battle. So they're coming into Nanny Town and what they call the lookouts. So they had specific Maroons who would be perched on the highest points in the area to watch what's going on. And of course, you had people with the abang who's transferring the messages to those on the ground. And of course, that was the first cell phone, quote unquote. The British did not have any means of communicating with each other, over a great distance or over any big distance, more than just shouting. Right? Communication was between the Maroons. The British could not understand what was being said, what was being blown on the abang, right? That is the cow horn. And as I mentioned in the first video, this is something that they use back in Ghana. You can use it out in the field for ceremonies and, of course, for a battle. It's a communication device. You can blow and give messages, how many men are coming, if you're in danger, all of that, right? And they would read it, right? So that is just awesome. So the battle on the Spanish River was a fierce confrontation, a testament to the determination and resilience of the Windward Maroons. Nanny, whose tactical brilliance had earned her legendary status, led her warriors with unwavering courage. The rugged terrain of Portland, Jamaica played a crucial role in the battle's dynamics, with the Maroons utilizing their knowledge of the land to their advantage. The Windward Maroons' ability to blend into the dense Jamaican forest allowed them to launch surprise attacks, making it incredibly challenging for the British troops to advance. Lieutenant Thickness faced a formidable opponent in Nanny. Her leadership and knowledge of guerrilla warfare tactics made her a fierce adversary. As the battle raged on, it became increasingly clear that the British will not be successful in this battle, and there has to be a turning point. Lieutenant Thickness will go on to describe the agileness of the warriors and their knowledge of the land, and how he's not able to see them, having conversations with them, but he's not seeing anyone. There's a lot of psychological warfare going on where they're giggling, laughing, they're calling out Bakra this, Bakra that, right? And you can never tell where they were because they're trying as much as possible to play on your mind, right? And he said that no Maroon was taken on that battle, and he lost so many men were lost in the river on the banks, and they weren't able to even get a drink of water. He would say that they were going to either be taken by the Maroons or they would die of thirst, right? And you already know that they lost their supplies in part 1 of this video. Majority of their dried meat or smoked meat and bread and all of that and military equipment was taken by the Maroons because the Black Shots dropped the bags and ran when they heard the volley started. They knew that they were not in good standing, so they had to come up, of course, with a peace treaty. These battles were costing Britain millions in today's money, right? And this is approximately 100 years before slavery was abolished in the Caribbean and other English-controlled colonies. The British soldiers, as some of them, were begging to just end their life because they were suffering, right? And I believe a couple of them were just taken out by their own British people because they were in such a far gone stage, right? That river, it plays such an important part in our history. There should be some type of plaque placed on the Spanish River every couple miles or so to show that a great battle took place there with the Windward Maroons and the British soldiers. Lost so bad in that battle. They lost so many men, and Lieutenant Thickness will be meeting with the Maroons chapter 3. So stay tuned for that. Describing Nanny and Quao as well. And we are grateful, even though they came all the way from England, of course, to fight. Grateful that someone recorded it. He even recorded Nanny's words, and you can find that on another video that I did. He recorded the words that she spoke approximately 300 years ago. So we're grateful for Lieutenant Philip Thickness, who was just a young 20-year-old soldier who wrote his memoir after the Maroon War, and we're able to gather all this information on how the Maroons operated and what was it like to be in battle with the Maroons. What was it like back then? What did they do? He would describe things like when they finally found some huts, they saw food scattered in the path while, like they would use a certain path to get out of that area, throwing down yams and plantains and stuff in the path to trick the British in thinking that they left in a hurry, and they did not, right? They would even leave grilled meats, which is like jerk meat, because they had to cook without using smoke. That's for another video. And they would leave big slabs of meat, and he said, I think this is well seasoned, meaning don't touch it, right? So they would be doing all of that, and to quote unquote get them disoriented or something like that, right? Or even worse. And of course, we heard of the oral history of Nanny boiling herbs to get them nauseated when they come up certain tracks. They would leave pots of boiling herbs, and they knew which herbs to choose to get you disoriented or nauseated, right? So that you're not able to effectively perform in battle, right? So we know that they were using several different tactics to win those battles. And it's exciting to know that someone actually recorded these battles, right? Please join me for part 3, where I did say I'm going to wrap up, but I may go to 3 or 4, and we will find out how long this will take, because we need to cover these little episodes on the Spanish River. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Take care of yourself and others. Bye for now.